All of the arguments of the Nobel Prize are false. You have 3 months left to realize, recognize and correct your mistake. Otherwise, the fools will have blood on their hands. Thanks to a new modern scientific experiment that makes all invariants and their incomprehensible connections visible, and a second image that couples the transformations of the two first bodies to the differentiable folds of space, showing the minimum properties and degrees of freedom that each language must have and give, in order to touch the superpositions of states and escape chaos. I am attempting to convey to you, like Galileo in 1604, two things. First, that a second object falling parallel to a mast, non-superposable and with equal mathematical expectation as the first, exists at every point in the universe. This allows for the addition of non-commutative elements within a fixed interval, through the two root keys. Secondly, while forever forbidding you from reproducing Alain Aspect's error. To observe from a distance without having any of the properties shared by humans with Galileo on the boat, and without ever taking into account the laws of the theater in which we live. Einstein's ultimate idea, which Alain Aspect measured in 1982, is the mathematical object, the absolute frame of reference that I present enriched by superimposing 25 centuries of invariance of which he is unaware. It allows, whatever the subject, to correct images or raw results and to make visible what is obscured by the distant observation of a simple Aristotelian technician disconnected from modern science with two differentiable keys. This finally complete and childlike sequence gives the illusion to the viewers of being with me on the boat. The fundamental element of my theory, which is the interval created by the acceleration of my inertial fall, is reduced to zero when observed from the shore. This creates the illusion in the academic world of a uniformity of the fall of all bodies since 1632, when in fact there is an unsuspected richness hidden in the folds of the void before your eyes. This richness easily answers the mysteries of DNA, the duality of men and women, justifies the engine of galaxy rotation, dark energy and dark matter, and the hidden filaments of the universe, which are like massively parallel highways of nature's information. James Webb is beginning to see this, but the subject completely surpasses you. If the uniqueness of the fall is false, and Einstein gives the solution, then the results of Aspect, the formalism, the world built for 40 years, the Nobel Prize 2022 no longer hold. To hope to talk about real and true at one, it is now necessary to add incompatible elements, each relative to one half. Put differently in ordinary language, the absolute reference frame and its non-local hidden fall validate the results that Einstein claimed were false and invalidate the technical truths of eavesdroppers for 40 years. They speak without understanding the differentiable laws of nature with their old Aristotelian language of two identical keys disconnected from them. Alain Aspect and the Nobel Committee prohibit modern science, which can only be accessed with twice the square root of 2. By thinking that we are authorized to optimize our reference frame better than nature, a world of monstrous conflicts has been built on Aspect's model. By imposing your singular thinking on weak fields, you prohibit any other logic in inertial motion with respect to you from being able to live freely beyond the boundary of one half. To get out of this, your false science tortures living things by obstinately refusing to apply the higher laws of nature and accept the non-local control of Galilean modern science, which shows your direct responsibility in the total decoherence of the world. You can still correct your error within the fixed interval allowed, or pay the price of the one who, by validating the technique with two identical keys, imposes on humanity to enter your oven for its good. The Nobel Committee is the last authority empowered to humanly save true science. Following to the letter, the one who showed he knew what Einstein's subject was talking about. Knowing that everything was false, validating Alain Aspect's model and its results to the general public and new researchers on this island would be signing the final solution for humanity and all life on Earth. Nothing will save your souls, not even time. Only the complete differentiation from this deviant science leaves you one honorable way to redeem yourselves. Modern science don't negotiate with total chance. Never say me again, I know, like Aspect did to Einstein. All of the arguments from the Nobel of Aspect are false. You have 3 months left to realize, acknowledge and correct your mistake. Otherwise, the madmen will have blood on their hands. As a logistics expert at the highest global civilian and military level, I have produced around 30 videos condensing 30,000 hours of work on the subject of the interval. It is a pinhead that allows us to begin to enter the subject. If I am correct, I am the first human being to speak fluently the language of double quantum keys of nature, among all human languages, and to be able to make the root part in strong fields knowable to you.